Well. Who would have said that today we were going to be sitting down here and talking about a new Demon Slayer game that is not Hinokami Chronicles 2, that is not a mobile game, that is something else entirely? I wouldn't have said that. Anyway, there's also a bunch of One Piece stuff. One Piece marketing has really been off the charts, and content too. Gear 5, One Piece Netflix, and with that comes stuff for video games and other video game collaborations. And of course, we also have a ton of new things on fighting games as well, particularly the NF Duel. There's got a lot of new stuff on that new character, the Brawler. All of that and a lot more in today's Around the Bush. Hello and welcome. No Reina today, so it's just me and you guys, just me and chats. How's it going? Hope you guys are feeling good today. There's also Ashura in voice. How's it going?
That's good.
You're a real Shoto. You never lose.
Yep, I always never lose.
I always never lose. And we're going to start with, obviously, the thumbnail, as we always do. We don't wait until the end because of the clickbaits. We don't... As soon as I say we don't clickbait here, someone goes, I got clickbait. What do you mean? No, you didn't. There's actually a new Demon Slayer game coming out. It's not mobile. It's not Hinokami Chronicles 2. It is a new Demon Slayer game. So yeah, we're not going to leave the news piece until the end of the stream. We always start with a thumbnail and title, and of course it is the Demon Slayer game, because this is the big surprise that came out of anything. We've been calling this the strongest Slayer. The real translation is maybe a little bit too literal right now. Let me see if I can find it on my message history with Rene, because he was making the thumbnail and asking me, what's the English name for this game? Like, you're not going to put that on the thumbnail. Let me just tell you that right now. You're just not going to put that on the thumbnail. The literal... what? Sorry?
Is it just a long title? Or?
Well, the literal translation that says it right here is Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba, right? Become the strongest Demon Corps member.
Oh.
So we're not going to do that. We call it Strongest Slayer. Strongest Demon Slayer.
Makes sense.
I believe the goal of this board game, which it is a board game, by the way, in case you were curious, it's not a board game physically. When I first saw this news, I was like, a board game like Catan? I love those, but I don't cover those on the channel. No. This is for Nintendo Switch. It's coming out for Nintendo Switch 2024, so not that far ahead. And it is a board game, or as I like to call them, party games, like a Mario Party, or if you're in the anime game space, One Piece Parts Carnival, one of my favorites growing up. So it is a board game. You can see the board right here behind Tanjiro. It's got some spaces. You're going to launch a dice, and you're going to travel some spaces here. The goal, instead of stars like in Mario Party, is to get the magical sword. And maybe that's how you become the strongest Demon Corps member, Party game, actually, not aimed perhaps as an older audience as Hinokami Chronicles. So naturally, the reaction has been no one cares. I kind of care. I'm kind of down for this, because the thing is, a lot of people feel like, oh no, we want Hinokami Chronicles 2, or we want more DLC, we want more updates. This is not replacing that, and this is what sometimes I struggle to communicate on the channel, is like, a different game concept doesn't exist to replace the old concept that was there that you loved. This is just bonus stuff on top of it, or it is a game to pad out the release of the next big thing. It is a game that gives them more development time, allows them to keep the license, and cook the sequel for a longer period of time. Will this game be balanced? It doesn't matter. It's a party game. You're going to launch dice, and you're going to get lucky, or you're going to die. That's the kind of game it is. It's a Mario Party. Will it have online? That's a great question. It definitely should. I know Mario parties have been guilty of not having great online features for a while. They fixed that recently. But yeah, I do think this will probably have online. That's kind of it. I mean, we don't really have another look at gameplay besides, the board in the background here. No look at mini games. No look at anything. The cover art is going to be made by Ufotable. I believe this is it, actually. Yeah, looking forward to more updates on this. Usher, do you have any takes on this, by the way?
Wow. Demon Slayer board game. It's very interesting that they are going something that far different compared to usual stuff. It reminds me a lot of what happened when Dragon Ball The Breakers came around.
Ooh, okay. That's
Yeah.
not a great memory. Go on.
No, like going from the usual fighting game stuff, we want like more fighting game related stuff, but it's kind of oversaturated because of the IP.
Right.
Now we get something new, which is a Dead by Daylight style game. It's like, oh, it's not a fighting game, but it's something new. And Breakers has had its own problems. Got a poor gacha system and unbalancing with certain things. Ginyu. But as you said, it's more of a side thing. It's not gonna take the fact you're not gonna see more Kakarot, which you did finally.
Right. A great example there. Yeah, Dragon Ball: The Breakers did not replace something else. It happened for them to pad out the release of something new. And turns out now we know that something new is Tenkaichi 4. Needs more time in development. So the Breakers was probably like an easy way to recycle some assets from Xenoverse and make a completely new thing. And then they had to commit to 4 seasons to keep the license for that long, because that's how long they need to develop Tenkaichi or whatever, And it didn't stop the Kakarot DLC plans either. So that's a great example, actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not like I'm not excited for a new Demon Slayer game. It's just not what I was expecting from the IP in general. Yeah, this was very unexpected. That is very fair to say. I think this is very unexpected. I'm curious. I want to see more. And I do have like a couple of games that I can think back to that were really hype to play. A couple of games in the genre that I had a ton of fun with. Namely Mario Party, namely Parts Carnival, honestly. So a party game can be done well. This is not a genre that I'm opposed to at all. So looking forward to it. I'm not going to sit here and say this is going to be the new main game of the channel, but it's going to be a fun week or two, That's my take.
New Team Party.
New Team Party, true. Also on the Shonen Jump scan, because these were leaks of the magazine that I think comes out today, but these happened on Wednesday. We got some more characters for Curse Clash, and those characters are Toto, Jogo, and Hanami. So we got some details here, and I'm gonna pull the translation once again. Shonen Games, Pog, Big. Okay, what the fuck? What? He's got some ads over there. Yeah. That's not it.
Yeah, that's the old one.
That's the old one. I definitely clicked the new one, but the ads scanned me.
Damn.
Definitely got scanned by ads. No, I didn't. I clicked this one. Oh, okay. I guess he didn't put him on the websites. Gotta go to Twitter. Because he definitely translated it.
Maybe just hasn't updated it on this site.
He's been making some cool posts. By the way, this is crazy.
Wow.
2,000 prize spots for Super Naruto Clash of Ninja 4 at Sea Otaku.
For Clash for that, like...
That is peak.
Was Biscuit behind this? Like... Did he use his ways?
It's not Biscuit. The donations usually don't come from Biscuit. Okay? He's the streamer, but he's usually not putting the donos down. Just saying.
Or did we trick Ichiban to say that Clash 4 was Jump Force 2?
Uh-huh.
So we just put in 2K.
That's what happens, for sure.
Yeah,
that is definitely what happened.
Makes perfect sense now.
Shonen Games, where's the translation? There it is, okay. Alright, so Shonen Games has translated this as usual. A couple of things before we get to the characters. First, co-op attacks. This is a 2v2 game. You're going to pick some teams, and some specific team combinations are going to have unique combo ultimates. So that's really cool to see. Ultimates, I believe, are called awakening attacks here. This might be a different mechanic entirely, or it might just be ultimates. But we've talked in the past about how normal attacks don't deal damage. And people have commented on that video saying it works like the Cydia. I need to look at the Cydia and see how it works, because I don't have the experience there. Yaya's here. He might interject at any moment, saying, "Oh yeah."
Nah, I don't see the Dissidia. I see more, if anything, J-Stars ish. I know that game is whatever to some people, but I can see that more than the Dissidia. Dissidia doesn't even have team attacks.
Oh, the people were talking about specifically how normal attacks don't deal damage. They just build meter for you to do the special moves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then that's Dissidia.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah,
it's been a long time.
So essentially, Dissidia, you have bravery attacks and you have HP attacks.
Okay.
And HP attacks are the normal attacks. You use them to build up and you knock the number to 0. And then you use the HP attacks, like the special moves, to make the health decrease over time.
Yeah.
So.
And I believe this is going to work in a similar way, according to the previous scans. Awakening attacks seem to be the devastating attack that can only be performed once a battle. So only once a battle. Only one time. And only once your curse level reaches max. So you're going to have to do a bunch of normal attacks that deal no damage to build up your meter in order to unlock this attack without spending any of it. But yeah, I believe that's just the ultimate. It can do on once and only once.
Yeah.
Next, the 3 new characters. Aoi Todo does have the Boogie Woogie. The Boogie
Yoinky
Woogie, the Yoinky Sploinky, is gonna swap places between you and your opponent. This would have been way more impressive if we didn't see Storm Connections Sasuke do this already. But
people are gonna start doing that for Sasuke. Like it's no longer the Rene swap. They're just gonna call it the Boogie Woogie.
The Boogie Woogie. That'd be funny actually. We should do that. Yes, I also think the city is more accurate comparison. Okay, you're telling me that I should check out the city. The Boogie Woogie is confirmed for Toto. We don't know any other gimmick so far. Just a special ability that allows you to change positions within the stage. But you pair this up with the info that we've learned last time on Sukuna dealing friendly fire. And suddenly, you're swapping Sukuna next to his own teammates, so he deals friendly fire to his own team suddenly without even realizing it. And, the gimmicks and the toxicity, the opportunities start to show themselves. I love it. Jogo, unfortunately, kind of boring description. We don't know much about him yet, but mid to far range attacker using flaming hot magma. And is a very agile character, so I believe he's just very fast and can control areas with lava. But that, to me at least, it doesn't give me a very good idea of what he'll play like based on this description. So I guess he's either going to be very standard or they didn't want to give too much away here. Then we have Hanami, who I haven't thought about this, but I guess in JJK you could have air attack specialists and ground attack specialists. Because we have seen Gojo, for instance, doing a bunch of air attacks into air projectiles. And Hanami, on the other hand, is a land specialist, controlling a variety of plants to attack the opponent, which makes sense, you know? Plants grow from the ground. So if you're on the ground, you're kind of in Hanami's territory. And that is just something that I haven't thought of as far as character gimmicks go. Alright, beat the enemy down with both co-op attacks and awakening attacks. Choose the correct timings and unleash these 2 super refreshing ultimate attacks. And there you go. That is kind of the stuff that we have for JJK Curse Clash. So let's move on to another anime. And this one is One Piece. Now, the One Piece DLC is about to come out September 14th, I believe. And before they even release Gear 5 Luffy, they're already revealing the next one, Yamato. So Yamato has been released has been revealed this week. We kind of knew she was coming.
Yeah.
And Kaido also? Kaido was already in the game, but so maybe that's a new Kaido.
Yeah, hybrid Kaido.
Yeah. And Hybrid Kaido also coming to One Piece. If you visit the One Piece video games, you do have some clips of Yamato doing some stuff. Like this big ult. Which, honestly, I don't think looks very good. I particularly do not like the how white this effect is. It's like pure white and...
It doesn't really mesh well, and since the stage is really dark, when she does that,
it
doesn't look that nice.
That said, man, I have been saying, what is the point? What is the point of releasing new characters if we're just gonna play with these new characters in the same old levels that we've played 1,000 times before? Like, there's not a lot of value to it. Well, it looks like they're gonna have a couple new episodes. So
yeah, they had you.
I don't think these are new levels. I think I've played in this before, but they're new episodes, which means the mission is different within the same space. if that makes sense. Like, suddenly it's not, well, this outpost is being attacked by Shanks. No, it might be something else entirely. Oh, it's escort this character into this place. It's not very hard making new episodes within existing maps. I'll say that much. No. Like, because the space is already there. It's a matter of like, okay, you spawn this guy here, make these different objectives, and okay. But that's something at least, you know? That is at least something to try out the new characters on. So, not bad. Not bad. Luffy, Yamato, right there. September 14th is when that stuff is happening, which is next week. I might check it out. When is it exactly? Thursday. Yeah, I think I'm free. I think I could do it. And the thing about One Piece is that it's been popping off a lot recently. And it's been popping off with Gear 5. It's been popping off with the Netflix show. And all of this renewed One Piece popularity is, bringing that DLC to Pirate Warriors 4. But also, the crossover with Fortnite has finally happened. So One Piece, it was a matter of time, but it was also a big question mark because One Piece is that anime that is the most popular thing in the world, but kind of only in Japan. The popularity doesn't really translate to the West, and I think Epic has shown to be smarter than a lot of devs and publishers out there when it comes to which games or which things they do deals with, because a lot of it's just not worth it for them to do. Well, this isn't like a full-on collaboration the same way the others were. It's more like an official custom map. So it's a custom map. It's not like you go in and press play and you're there. No, it's a map with a code. So you can it's a Netflix, a One Piece Netflix specially created custom map in Fortnite, which you can play right now. But there's no skins edition, no anything. So it's like it's a free thing. It's a free thing that you can just. There's a boat. There's a Barati on the other side. Have fun with friends. It's kind of what it is.
It does open the possibility, though.
I think it's there. But I literally have never seen One Piece be stronger in the West than right now. So if they're not doing the deal right now, I don't know when they would. And if this is all you get, this might be all you get. Again, One Piece, for some reason, just does not take off in the West. I guess you could see a lot of reasons as to why. But at the end of the day, like, the discrepancy is huge between Japanese fandom and Western fandom for One Piece. It's never been bigger, and I love One Piece to death. That's I really love that show, but it's just not as big here. And once again, you see Epic being kind of smart with how they spend their money.
I think Fortnite's popular all around, but if I'm not mistaken, I saw an article that it didn't even reach the top 10 most popular countries in Japan for Fortnite, as well Apex was more prevalent there.
Mm-hmm.
So I can see why them skipping it. I know people are like memeing like, "Where's One Piece?"
Yeah.
But
no, it's Apex and all the gachas. Next, let's look at a dev blog, and I have actually not looked at this yet. So this is going to be my first time reading and my first time reacting to all the stuff that comes on the new My Hero Ultra Rumble developers blog. We talked about My Hero Ultra Rumble a lot last week, if you've missed it, because they have said that on September 21st they have a panel at TGS, and they're getting close to release date. So we don't know what the release date is, so that might be a good time for them to announce it. And you see the socials becoming a bit more active, so the release date's got to be soon. So we talked about it a lot, and it's been kind of a weekly thing now, the developers blog, and I look forward to it every single week. I haven't had the chance to read this one yet, so let's do it together, and look forward to the next one also next week. So our developing and marketing teams are currently busy, working busy hours for the release this fall. Still not. Okay. All right. This fall, I guess. Sure. Especially in Japan, there will be the Tokyo Game Show coming in 2 weeks. We will be revealing new information around that time, so please stay tuned. There, confirmed new info. Confirmed new info at TGS. Definitely worth watching now. This developer's blog, I would like to tell you about playable characters. Let me explain the characteristics of characters that appeared in the open beta. So, we got Technical, Support, Strike, Assault, and Rapid. Those are the 5 types that we had already. And this developers, Midoriya, allow me to introduce Midoriya Izuku from Assault and Shigaraki Tomura from Strike. So 2 characters we played in the beta, but maybe we get a little bit of extra insight as to what makes them think, oh, this is an Assault character, this is a Strike character. So Deku, highly mobile, simple to use, shooting attack and movement with Black Whip. Not only is he good at attacking opponents, but also good at rescuing allies because he has a special action where he just does the piggyback ride. As the main character, recommended to learning the basics. The shooting is Quirk Alpha. Delaware Smash Force has the risk of consuming all remaining bullets when used in a crouching position. I didn't know that.
Oh, wow.
What? When you crouch, it just consumes all the bullets, but it can deliver a powerful blow with a much longer range than normal use. I didn't know that. If you crouch with Deku, he gets a stronger projectile? What?
That just tilts me, because I'm like, huh?
Did they say this at all in the menus? I'm pretty sure I recorded all of them.
I don't think they ever did, because I think you would have known.
I mean, I didn't do a breakdown for Deku, so maybe I didn't look as in depth as I could have, but let's see. My Hero Ultra Rumble. Worldwide Beta. Where are the menus? It's not the Worldwide Beta? It is. Tutorial, Worldwide. God damn it, do I not have the menus? That sucks. There is Deku though, and I gotta look at the menu at some point. Next game, maybe? I just do one game? Damn, that was a good game, I guess. Yeah.
Hello, good game. Yeah, it could be new.
It could be new, yeah, they could be adding stuff. Sure. Maybe the tutorial has it. Sometimes I just do all the menu stuff in the tutorial. I remember going through all the menus. But I guess I must have deleted that. Because I thought, you know what? This is going to change until launch. See? Uraraka starts with the menu. That's what I thought Deku would be. Anyway. I didn't know that. Might be new. Thus, the game also has a technical aspect where you need to use your head very well. The recommended winning pattern is to use Black Whip to move to a high position, and then Alpha to restrain and damage the opponent to gain the advantage. Immediately use the... What? To restrain and damage the opponent to gain an advantage, immediately use the Quirk Beta, which is the flying kick. Yep, there's all the stuff. Cool. Shigaraki Tomura is a dangerous character to approach as he specializes in close range attacks, and inflict heavy damage on opponents within his range, even though he is not good at long range combat. He's okay. It takes some time to get used to the attack range, but there are many quirk skills with high attack power, and you can aggressively go for the KO. From the open beta test to the release, the special action Collapse Hand has been updated to a forward disintegrating attack. So I believe this is the one that destroys buildings in a single hit, right?
Yeah.
So now it moves forward. While it retains the ability to destroy attacks on buildings, it can also damage and downgrade the defense of the opponent. Damn, that is new. So you put a defense debuff. Okay. Earthcrack and ground destruction can inflict damage continuously while hitting an opponent. The damaged opponent will also be staggered, limiting their movement speed. Using these quirk skills to damage the opponent while keeping them in range, and then use Area Glitch to rush forward and inflict massive damage. In combination with the updated special action Collapse Hand, it can use a defensive downgrade to get around more efficiently. Damn. How about using Shigaraki, who boasts high offense power like a villain, to gain power and dominate the entire match? And Collapse Hand, new animation. Okay. That's cool. They did not talk about what makes an assault or a strike character. They just looked at 2 characters. Okay, that's cool though.
Fair enough.
That's cool though. Interesting that they went for 2 characters. I hope they don't do this again next week. This felt like a filler developer blog. And if they just do 2 characters next week too, and that's like their marketing plan, it's gonna get old really fast. Developer vlogs have been really cool so far. I would like to get back onto the cooler topics for sure. If it's just 2 characters, kind of disappointing. I think we can give them a pass on this one because the first one, it was okay. There's some new stuff here, some new reveals with some new abilities, but next week something new, please. And yeah, they are definitely waiting for TGS. They are definitely on. Well, it's in 2 weeks. We can't reveal anything until then. We're gonna reveal it all at TGS. Good stuff though. Not at TGS, but way later in October. Yeah. October 12th, New York Comic Con. Dragon Ball is gonna have a special booth, and they're gonna have the latest information on manga and anime. So I'm expecting some big announcements for Dragon Ball. October 12th, mark your maps. New York Comic Con. Yeah, we might get anime dates. We might get I don't know what we would get manga wise. Maybe the next arc after Superhero. We will see. But almost 100% return of the anime. Yes. Anime date would be great. Return of the anime, is that even confirmed at this point? No. It's just heavily rumored and everyone knows, but making it official might give them space to start talking about other stuff. Even if they don't put a date on it. Could be. Moro, indeed. Moro.
Yeah, that's all gonna be good for it to be animated.
Yeah, speaking of animated, this video game. Aiming and Team Caravan are gonna release Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? Familia Myth Battle Chronicle. You're gonna put it out on PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 in the next year. The game's already available for PC, iOS, and Android. Yes, it is a gacha. Thank you, FG3000. Ooh, gang. For the... But, yeah, you look at this menu, and you're like, oh, okay, it's one of those. Look at the video game behind the gacha, and it's an action game. It's, you know, one of those. It's one of those. If you like the show, maybe, you know? Maybe. Coming out for PS4 and PS5. Graphics, I would say, probably will look something like this, because this is probably the PC client. I would be surprised if they do anything extra to it. But with that, folks, it is time for the fighting games segment of the show. And I have someone on this call who's very sad about this trailer.
Oh.
I will say your name if you don't manifest.
You don't like this trailer? Yeah.
He fucking hates
okay.
Megan Fox, man. He's like, yo, Megan Fox, what a B word.
Okay.
That's literally what he did on his channel. You go to his channel, it's like, oh, Megan Fox, what a B word. That's exactly what.
Wow, the hard violence.
So disappointed. God.
Okay. So for me, Nitara is, and I'm probably in that boat. It's the same thing as 1010. So Nitara for me is essentially my favorite Mortal Kombat character.
What?
I came out and
out of every Mortal Kombat character, this is your favorite?
Okay, no. So I have three in order. It's Sonya, Jade, Nitara. I knew Nitara was never coming back.
Oh, you like the waifus? Okay, I see.
Okay, no, I mean, yes.
No, I got you.
Yes, but like if it comes down to it, like I could just play Scorpion. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just what it is. Like who don't like Scorpion?
My favorite characters, Nitara, Jade, and who was the other one?
Sonya.
Never play them in my life. She's a Scorpion main. That's all I do. But my favorite characters, they are Sonya, Nitara. Okay, go on.
Yeah,
sorry.
No, but like okay. So my thing is that I've came out and said I think for this game the design is cool. I absolutely hate that it doesn't have any sort of reference to the other Nitara, right? And the big thing that people are telling me like, yo. It's a new timeline. All the characters are different, but I'm like, she looks drastically different from everybody else's. If you look at all the other characters, they still have homages to like previous iterations.
Okay, so let's see Nitara Armageddon. Would you say?
Deception. Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, she hasn't been around since then, so it's like.
Well, which is why I'm like, you know what? I'm over it.
I mean. Also,
I
I can see the Megan Fox in that.
like if if we have to remember, like since MK1 is a reboot to the story, so everyone just looks drastically different than the others. Well, yeah, you're right. There are like homages to the other designs with like the ninjas and
Totally.
whatnot, but
Yeah.
So,
but Natara, we haven't seen her in years.
yeah,
Like
but look at
I think they can
Ashura.
get away with. I think they can get away
haven't
with it.
seen, but we haven't seen Ashura in years, and she looks very close to the previous iteration of her in this new game. Think we haven't seen her for like 11 years in the same amount of vein. We haven't seen Natara for like 17. But here's the thing that I forgot about, which I was like, okay, I'll hold the L.
Okay.
NRS is lucky to have costumes and gear and customization.
True.
I've been an anime game bringer where like Arxis doesn't do it. So I'm like, wait, they probably will change it.
Right.
So we'll have other versions. So I'm like, you know what? At the end of the day, for me, the gameplay is fire. So that's all I'm gonna say.
Okay. Gotcha. I mean, to me, for the king of that argument is Raiden in this game. I do not recognize Raiden in any of the shots until I see lightning coming out of his fingers.
True.
That like Raiden looks nothing like Raiden, and like he's been in every game. So I don't know, man. Natara, it's like well, vampire with
no.
Sometimes he doesn't always have the hat. That's the thing. He doesn't always have it.
Okay, all right. That's why I say, you know what? I'll hold
Reptile is no longer Reptile, but Reptile, everyone like universally loves the new redesign. It's like
he's a handsome motherfucker. Like.
It's the fucking best. Like you got the ninja part, and the reptile part is even better than before. So like that's great. That's great. No one has a problem with that. Natara, I don't know, man. I guess like I think your feelings are valid. Because on my end, I'm like looking at her and I'm like, yeah, she's a vampire lady with bat wings. Okay, sure. Like I don't care about this character that much, but she's your top 3, so I think, yeah, valid concerns. Waiting for costumes says Yaya, never play the default skin. That's not a bad take, honestly. Next, I'm not talking a single thing about KOF because I don't understand this game, but Dualon, let me know what's going on with Dualon and what happened to Singlelon.
So Dualon was a character that came out in KOF 13, and he's a weird ass fucking character. Like he's known for having like really long limbs with his normals, really fucking freaky.
Oh, Dhalsim.
Yeah, kind of like Dhalsim, but because of his stance, it's weird, but. He's really cool. Like in this game, he has like a projectile that goes low, and it has like this shifting dash that can go full screen, and it can also cancel the dash into the projectile. And he's got some really fucking cool combos with that. And he probably has one of my favorite level 3s in the game.
Is it in this trailer?
Yes, they always show. They always show.
I'm gonna fast forward. That's not it.
No, it's usually at the end. But, like, you get, like, EX dash side switch, and then he has, like, this foot stomp thing, and then he can start doing side switch stuff.
Kid do 2M? God damn.
He's, they've shown a few more things with him in other stuff, but he's currently one of the very few characters, or the only character, that has an EX normal. Like, he can spend bars to enhance a normal. So...
Oh, here it is?
Yeah.
Isn't that what JP does, kinda?
Kinda! But
this game made me
really
switch the
cool.
Hitbox. This was the game.
Alright,
I literally was like, never will switch to hitbox, and then this was like,
This is next Tuesday, but also there's a patch, right?
Yeah.
What's up? What's the main things to take out of this patch? If you guys are curious, there's a full video on the main refinements. But what's the big takeaway here?
So the general thing I've noticed for like a lot of these characters is they're able to cancel some specials into supers now. Some window
do
timings.
That? You couldn't do special into super? That's not a route in KOF?
No, it is, but it's for certain specials couldn't. So they've been changing that so they can.
Okay.
One big thing for Dolores is like one of her moves is now turned to an overhead, but you can't cancel into specials anymore and whatnot. Yeah, that's just a general thing. It's just a lot of characters getting better routes over stuff.
Okay.
And
More sauce.
being able
Love
to,
it.
yeah, and being able to kill easier. Some they get some nice quality of life stuff, but just overall, it's just a patch of better combos overall for the characters.
It's a good patch spectator-wise, I would say, too.
Oh, absolutely.
That's awesome. And now let's close this out with DNF Duel. Now, DNF Duel has been in the news for a while, and the first piece of news is the release date for the upcoming Brawler.
Timely release, which is a shock, but I shouldn't be surprised since going from Spectre's announcement to a release was like 6 months.
Right.
So there's no way they went just doing Spectre for 6 months.
Yeah.
So,
and now a Brawler coming out next Thursday. All right, it's September 14th.
Yeah.
And they've got video with all of his specials, and this is my first time seeing it. But well, what's the feeling? What's the word on the streets?
How I see him, he's going to be a very goofy character just because he has the special of throwing out barrels on screen. Like, just deal with that.
Yeah, a bit of a setup character. There it is, the barrels.
Yeah, all the barrels. He can poison characters. I don't know if it will work like how poison's been working in other fighting games, or like it will just last until he gets hit. But it seems going to be really nice for him to just like poison people and to still go on the aggressive while they're still losing health. Yeah, the rocks seem really cool, and he'd be able to combo after that. It seems like a typical DNF duel character with good range. Lots of funny gimmicks, and thankfully it is coming out relatively soon.
Yes,
and
sir.
We got the matches as well.
Yeah, they've put out all the info you'd want for this character at this point. Like you can just go watch gameplay. You can go watch the character breakdown. You can kind of make up your mind on whether you want this or not. If you still play DNF Duel, so. There you have it. That's Around the Bush. That's it for the show today. And it's not a long show. We didn't have a ton of news, but some good stuff for sure. And we're looking forward to next week because we're going to get the One Piece DLC and probably some more Ultra Rumble stuff because they've been doing developer blogs every week. And we'll see what else happens right ahead of TGS. But my guess is next week is also going to be kind of slow. Because a lot of companies are going to be saving themselves for TGS the following week. The following week, though, that is going to be crazy. But we're going to move on to Q&A. And as usual, folks, as we watch the gameplay here, I could use more 1 or 2 people for Street Fighter commentary. Not today, man. Not today. I'm not available, sadly. If you are a Premium Bush, if you have joined in a membership of $4.99 here on the channel, can join voice chat and ask questions here. You can also ask them in no mic voice on Discord. If not, just ask them in regular chat because it's free. So let's move on to thing. Let's get it out of the way. Do we have a JoJo update? I picked it up again yesterday. Move to like 2 chapters. So not too much. Not too much. Still around that zone. I've seen the next bone piece. And there's a guy who controls rain, kind of, and looks like Mary Poppins, but no developments on that front. It's kind of where I am. We got that out of the way. Mostly the media I've been consuming this week has been One Piece Netflix. I finished that. So, really good. Really, really good. Oh, I love that combo. And the setup, too, with the barrels. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah, supposedly for the One Piece Netflix, they've already like announced a season 2. They're just waiting on the strikes that have been happening to sort of end so they can start going on with that.
Those strikes have been are already the longest strikes ever for the Writers Guild. Like the last ones lasted for 100 days, and I think we broke that like last week or so. And we don't seem to be any closer to ending those or reaching an agreement. So it's I think that shit is here to stay. I don't know. Like a lot of TV shows are gonna start bleeding because of that. We'll see. Speaking of Mary Poppins, thoughts on Mary Poppins? There is that video game, isn't there? A Mary Poppins video game. It does not look very good. Yeah, we've seen that. Mary Poppins game. No. Oh, video game. There's a game? Yeah.
Why was Mortal Kombat 1 the first thing that pops up? Mortal Kombat 1!
It's an ad. It's an ad.
Oh.
Mary Poppins and Mortal Kombat 1 cheek.
I don't remember. The name is just one word.
I get to see it now. She just flies in and just shoves her umbrella in your sternum or some crap.
Okay, I don't remember. What's that Mary Poppins inspired video game? No. Nightingale. There you go.
Oh, Nightingale. I had no idea that was Mary Poppins inspired.
I guess the umbrellas should give it away. Yeah.
There's a lot of umbrellas here.
Like, yeah, this shit is Mary Poppins.
You didn't see demons when she was flying through the streets of, I guess, London?
Mm-hmm. Where is it? Do the umbrella thing. Do the umbrella thing. There it is.
Okay.
I told you.
And then she came out with a hunting rifle.
I think it's actually like they have Mary Poppins somewhere. I thought they did somewhere in the marketing. I don't know if that counts. Probably not. But yeah, I can't see anything on the copyright down here. But I think so. I think it's something Mary Poppins inspired or related. I don't know.
Going slightly off topic, do you know what I just remembered that I'm surprised they haven't told anything yet? What happened to the Street Fighter Spy Family thing?
Oh, still hasn't happened, right? Or it did, and it was just a poster. Because the week after that, we saw the Mission Impossible Spy Family collaboration, and it was just a poster. Spy Family, Mission Impossible. So maybe that was it. Like they were just doing posters, as you know, because it's promo for their movie. There you go.
Right.
And this was it, I think.
Oh.
I need them to change how collabs work in that game.
Well, you mean you're not up to paying $60 for skins?
I can't say I'm not because I'm a Fortnite whale. I can't. You know what?
They put a Natara Classic skin in Street Fighter 6. Well, I'll be all over that, man.
Oh. But I don't know. I just wish they were like on the actual characters and not just exclusively to World Tour.
Right? Yeah. I mean, you gotta choose though, right? Like, okay, who do you give Raphael to? Who do you give Leonardo to? In the case of Ninja Turtles, and then that starts to affect like silhouettes and whatnot, and
I understand.
I think Street Fighter 5 already like kind of went too far with some of the skins, in my opinion. So Capcom is definitely like willing to go wild, which is I appreciate it. It's just like as someone who wasn't super deeply invested into Street Fighter 5, sometimes I would watch a tournament and see a skin pop up, and I was like, "Who the fuck is this?" Right? Oh, it's Seth. Okay. So yeah, I think they do go a bit too far with that stuff already, but
I mean, at least with Street Fighter 5's costumes, it was mostly just locked to Capcom side. Like they didn't really go super far into going outside of things like TMNT and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought it was all right. Like there was definitely some surprise costumes going in there from IPs that probably people have forgotten about.
Right.
But to see them go even further now with how good Street Fighter 6 has been is really nice. And
Like, for example, let's say the Spy Family thing happens, right? Out of nowhere. And it's only World Tour, I'll be like, all right, that's fine. But if you're a person that at this point doesn't play Avatar Battle, which is a good thing because it gives that part of the game more content.
Right.
But I would like to see, or like, I don't know, try to give a way to make it to where like Chon, Cammy, and Jury can have, a your skin. I don't know. That sounds like more work though, more money, but I would rather want that.
Yeah.
If possible.
No, I hear you, and I think it would definitely be possible, but it is. If they opened with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, I don't think they follow with Spy Family. Right? That's like a big downward trend, like kind of thing. Maybe like the numbers actually work out and Spy Family is more popular than TNMT. I'm talking maybe without fully knowing what I'm talking about. It just feels like Spy Family is still a weeb thing, you know? It's not a mainstream anime thing.
Okay.
See Gloco bringing up the Discord chat, so I can only imagine it's about to expose and roast a viewer. No. I wanted to see what the notification was. And it was Vegeta's tagging me. Yaya did ask, how am I feeling without spoilers on the One Piece live action? I think it's great. Is One Piece mainstream yet? I think it is mainstream in Japan, and I think, yes, kind of mainstream in the West, or at least like to the point that people have heard about it, but not a lot of people consume it or are fans. Maybe the shift is happening with Netflix. Again, I talked about it earlier today, but I've never seen so much One Piece in the West as I do right now with the Netflix show, the Gear 5, all that stuff. Like, One Piece has never been more popular here, I feel, than right now. Which is huge, but is it enough to shift that momentum? Maybe. I do think like there will be a lot of folks who are now just fans of the Netflix One Piece that won't even like transition to the anime side of things. Will be like, I'm a Netflix only. The same way there are manga people and anime only people, I'm a Netflix only guy.
But
is the Red Hawk more iconic than the Kamehameha yet? I don't think that's a time thing, though. I don't think one day the Red Hawk will be more iconic than the Kamehameha. I don't think it works that way.
No. That's an argument I am very sick of.
Yeah. It's also the typical anime fan cannot enjoy his thing without kicking something else down.
Yeah.
Which is a plague particularly big in Western One Piece fans. Because they've had to kick shit out of them, let's be honest, so they're fighting back. But it's very typical in Western One Piece fans and Boruto fans in general. It's always like the fandoms that get kicked the hardest that are like, no, we are gonna kick back because we think our thing is good. But we cannot think our thing is good without saying your shit is bad. And that's just, after a while you stop paying attention to that kind of argument, but you just keep seeing it everywhere. Wasn't a fan of Gear 5, was more of a Gear 3 kind of guy. Foremost was better. Nice.
Alright, I won't even... Now, I think Gobko exposed me, because now, like, the reason why I got into One Piece was... I was like,
so I could talk about
design.
Boruto.
No. 'Cause I firmly believe Boruto was good from the start, because I knew what they were setting up with the Seven Hokage Scarlet Springs from the manga. So I always saw it as that, and then when I got on Twitter, the slander started. It's like I'll log out of Twitter, and then I'll like, okay, that stuff done, and I come back, and it's like the Childish Gambino meme with like flames and stuff everywhere. Like, that's how I was with Boruto. I was like, oh, people actually don't like the anime, and it was weird to me. So it's whatever. But what made me get into One Piece was Wano actually was like, I was like, okay, this animation style. I love this what they've been doing with like Super, and then they did it with One Piece. I was like, all right, let me invest into this manga.
Yeah.
Got into the manga, and I actually really do enjoy it. And on contrary, I don't believe One Piece is that long. The way the chapters are, they're like bite-sized like pieces. You know?
Yeah, it's the anime that is paced very poorly, for sure. Because they do the thing where, okay, each chapter is one episode. And because the chapters are bite-sized pieces, like you said, there's just a lot of padding on each episode. And yeah, because it's paced very poorly and a ton of people are anime only, then suddenly, like, I don't want to watch 1,000 episodes of a thing I'm bored of watching. Because it's not like there's not good stuff and good narrative and even like good powers or good fights. One Piece has it all. One Piece is the father of a lot of anime that are your favorites right now. It's the father of, in a way, a lot of video games that you are fans of right now, because I truly believe One Piece created gachas. 100%. Every gacha story is based on One Piece. Change my mind. And I think that happens because it is just so huge in Japan. But then the Western audience just has too much entertainment to consume, and they're like, nah, fuck that. This is boring as hell. It's so poorly paced, and I think that's both things can be true. You can criticize One Piece and say that it has all of the good stuff that fans like. And honestly, I don't know if I would watch One Piece today if I wasn't already like 1,000 episodes in. Like, I'm afraid to fall off, you know? I'm afraid to fall behind at this point. Because I've invested too much. And I do feel like it's going to end within my lifetime, so why the fuck not? Just keep going.
My way of consuming One Piece has been kind of weird for most people. It's just how I've been enjoying it. Like, I don't really watch the episodes in full. I usually just watch clips of like the most popular stuff that people like to talk about, so I just get a general idea of what's going on, but not the full picture. And I've just been enjoying it that way. But currently, I've been enjoying the Looney Tune arc. Like, I've been watching episodes of all of that. That's been an actual enjoyment, even though I have no idea what is happening. I enjoyed the Looney Tunes.
No one has any idea, I think, at this point.
Yes.
The red herring, the red herring of Gear 5 is on a level that Oda has never pulled. I don't think the red conning, I mean, is on a level that Oda has never pulled, man. Oda, the fucking genius Oda, who plants seeds for 10 years before reaping its results, decided overnight to change the entire nature of Luffy's gum fruits. It's okay. Sure.
Let's go with that.
Yeah, I guess. Anyway, why don't you go read the manga? So the manga would have the exact same problem as the anime, because, well, it's not poorly paced because it doesn't have a ton of padding. But then week to week, I'm not advancing the story too much. And it's the same problem that the anime has. It's like I'm getting a bit-sized piece every week. So yeah, it becomes that kind of entertainment that I would have to let it go for a year and then go back to the manga. And at that point, do I still want to watch One Piece, you know? You do know Frankie had a shirt that said Sun God Nika, like back on Zo. Alright. If that's... In that case...
10 years in the making.
In that case, I guess we can just change the nature of the gum fruits. If Frankie had a shirt, then I guess everything is fair game. I prefer manga because of pacing, but you're right on that. Yeah, you still get a little thing at a time. And I believe that's it. We done with questions? I do want to look more into Nika the Sun God before having like a fully formed opinion, but right now it just feels like it's not deserved. Like, right now it feels it's Super Saiyan 3, right? Goku was even Super Saiyan 3. It's like Goku was training and revealed the results of his training. It happened off screen, but you know, the training happened at least. This one was literally like, by the way, he has this. Oh.
He just has it.
Oh.
Why not?
Well, I guess this is the One Piece we live in now. I guess the man needed something. I don't know. I think there's a logic to all the gear so far. My favorite was Gear 2. Still, to this day. Because it went from Luffy is a man made of rubber who can stretch arms because they're made of rubber. And it was like, no, you're not thinking what made of rubber means. Made of rubber means his heart is made of rubber. His veins are made of rubber, which means he can pump blood faster through his whole body. And that's going to increase his body temperature. That's going to enhance his physical capabilities. Like, that's stuff that you didn't think of right away, but it makes sense. He's made of rubber. Like, it was a completely justified way. Look at his leg pumping the fucking blood. The steam comes out. That's super cool. Gear 5 didn't feel not even a quarter as deserved as Gear 2, or thought out as Gear 2. And that's my thought on Gear 5 right now, but I'll look more into it. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Peace.